Okay, we are going to do Learning Target 1A, which is solving formulas. First, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get x by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and write my line down the middle. In order to get x by itself, I need to first get rid of this positive 2. And I recognize that the opposite of positive 2 is minus 2. Whatever I do to one side, I have to come over and do to the other. I have 2 take away 2, which gives me 0. Okay, now on my left side, I'm left with y minus 2 equals 6x. Now what I have to do is I gotta get rid of this 6 that's being times, because two things next to each other is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is divide, so I divide both sides by 6. My 6's on the right side are going to cancel, and I'm left with my final answer, which is y minus 2 divided by 6 equals x. Let's go ahead and look at a different example. Again, I want to get x by itself, so I need to first get rid of this minus 7. So in order to do that, I do the opposite of minus 7, which is plus 7. My 7's cancel, and I'm left with y plus 7 equals 9x. The last step is to divide by that 9. So I'm going to divide this side by 9 and divide that side by 9. My 9's are going to cancel, and I'm left with my answer of y plus 7 divided by 9 equals x. Now let's look when we want to solve for x. Solve for y. So here I have a problem that's in standard form. I want my y to stay, so I have to get rid of my negative 9x. And in order to do that, I do the opposite of negative 9x, which is plus 9x. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. My 9x's cancel, and I'm left with 3y equals. Now remember, I can't combine these two things because this has an x and this one doesn't. So I leave it as 18 plus 9x. My last step is to divide everything by 3. My 3's now are gone, and I'm left with y. 18 divided by 3 is 6, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. And don't forget your x with it. Now I have my y by itself. Let's look at one more example. Again, I want to get y completely by itself. So in order to do that, I have to get rid of this positive 2x. So the opposite of positive 2x is take away, or minus 2x. My 2x's are now gone, and I'm left with 5y equals. Again, we can't combine these two things because this has an x and this one doesn't. So I'm left with 15 take away 2x. Final step is to divide by 5 to everything. My 5's cancel. I'm left with y equals my 15 divided by 15 divided by 5, which is 3, and negative 2 divided by 5, which I type into my calculator and I actually get a decimal. So I'm going to leave it as negative 2/5 x. Again, this is Learning Target 1A, which is solving equations from formulas.